Hi guys and welcome back to C&G Productions. My name is Tom.
And my name is Paul.
And this is a nice change. We're doing Walking Dead All Out War again. It's been too long since we've done Walking Dead.
Yeah. The last one was at Manta.
And we've got all the models painted up now. You've been working tirelessly. We've got beautiful battlefields courtesy of the Mantic, lovely neoprene mats. We've got scenery. So we're actually going to see if we can put it to use, and we are going to play a 250-ish points battle. Essentially against each other with 6 objectives, and quite simply see if we can kill each other and kill some walkers. You are bringing some big guns to the table though, aren't you?
Yeah.
After last time, you swore down that you would...
Obviously, don't see it much on YouTube on any battle reports. I'm going to be bringing Negan.
And there's a reason you don't see it. Yeah, that's why you don't see him. You've actually got the Bat Bros, because you've not only brought Negan, but you've re-brought Patrick from our last one, who comes with Lucy. So we've got Lucy and Lucille.
Yeah.
And Michonne.
And Michonne, yes.
For stabbing death.
Yes.
Never mind. I've gone for a shooty team to balance things out. So I've got Rick with Carl, and I've got Andrea and Amy. So Amy won't do anything. The family kind of core linked group. So we will see how they get on. As we said, it's been quite a while since we've played the game. So if anything comes up on camera, we're probably just going to roll 50-50 dice, aren't we? Just to keep the flow of it going. But if there's any rules queries or anything we've forgotten, let us know in the comments below. And if you liked it, let us know and we'll make some more, because we've got so many painted models we need to use.
Yes.
So we will go to the team lineups and the kit and everything in a sec.
Okay, so my crew is going to be led by Negan, Saviour Leader. He's the tactician. I've armed him, obviously, with Lucille. And I've also given him a .22 revolver for 10 points, just in case he needs to start shooting anyone in the late game. Accompanying Negan is Michonne.
Deadly Michonne.
Controversial choice, but she's not affiliated with anyone, so totally legit.
It's those 2 blue dice with the katana and the melee, that's terrifying.
Yeah, she's armed with the katana, it's sharp, and follow-up attack is ridiculously good, bouncing between combats. Hopefully she'll get stuck in and do some real damage. Accompanying Michonne, I've got Patrick, hardened veteran, and I've given Lucy.
Lucy the Bat from our Mantic games. We've got the Bat Bros.
Yeah, so we've got a baseball bat on Patrick, and then Sandra. Now, Sandra I'm going to send out to pick up all sorts of supplies, and
she's the super quick version, isn't she? Not the dodgy version.
She's the hardened veteran one as well, so she's got quick, so she can move twice. And I've equipped her with a backpack, so it comes in just shy of 250 points. But nice little crew. See how it goes. Very BT, and then you've got Sandra for the objectives. Yes, exactly. Right, so we'll see what my crew are like next. So next up we have my crew, and we've got like 2 pairs really in this crew to help buff each other. So my leader is Rick Grimes, the Atlanta Camp leader variant. He is equipped with a police jacket, which will allow friendly survivors near him to treat their nerve a little bit higher. He's got his pistol and he's got his own hatchet just to make him a bit stronger. He's accompanied by the Cynthiana survivor Carl. He's got his lucky hat just in case he gets close to death, and his .38 revolver. He's also near dad for the extra blood ties rules. And accompanying them, you've got the sisters. You've got Andrea and you've got Amy. So we've got Andrea, the skilled sharpshooter, coming in at 40 points, and I have equipped her, as you always should, with the compound bow, which is a silent, reliable bow, which allows her to ping 2 shots thanks to her clinical fire. Yeah. Really, really useful. And she's got a hatchet just to assist her. So Rick and Andrea have got hatchets because they're kind of the 2 stronger characters. She's accompanied by Amy, who is covered in gory clothing and also has a first aid kit just in case anyone gets hurt. And the upside is, Amy being only 10 points, she's got a low nerve, but if she's within Andrea's kill zone, it goes up to medium, and if she's within 6 inches of Rick, that will then go up to high. So presuming those guys stay alive, they should all buff each other quite nicely. Up to, I think it's 249 points, so just shy of the 250. Yeah, keep them close and personal.
Keep them very close, keep them bunched together, so whereas you will have like a big...
Key mayhem.
Yes.
Might ruin you there.
Yeah, I think the fact they're shooters as well, and I'm going to need a good purchase somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see how it goes next. So this is how things look at the start of the game. We have got 13 walkers dotted around the vicinity. We've got 6 supply caches. We've got 1 on the RV just here, 1 backpack here, 1 crate there, 1 at the back by the forest, and then 2 just in this vicinity here. You can see that my crew of Andrea, Amy, Carl, and Rick and Carl have deployed on this end, and on your end, mate,
we've got Negan and Sandra, and Michonne and Patrick.
So basically, we've got to get to our 6 supply crates, try not to get killed, try to kill each other, and avoid the event phases. There's going to be a lot of walkers, we think, at the end of this game, probably knocking around.
There's going to be a lot of movement at the end of this game for the walkers.
So, shall we roll a 50-50? 50-50. See who it goes. So, I'll be the shield. And that would be a blank. So, would you like to go first or second, good sir?
I will activate first, please.
So, we'll go to Negan and the crew first, and we'll be back in a second.
Okay, so my first activation is going to be Sandra. She's got the special rule quick, which allows her to perform 2 move actions in the same turn. So I'm going to sneak her twice. So she gets to there off her first move and gets just up to snug into that car there on her second move, second action. So that will end her turn, and now it's over to Tom.
Right, Carl is going to go next. He's going to attempt to climb up to here. So we're going to go with a climb action, which we think is just black dice. So he has not managed that. That is a blank. So he basically is going to try and grab a purchase and just can't quite get up there.
Okay.
And he's going to very sadly just kind of moan as he's too short, his little legs.
God damn it, Carl.
God damn it, Carl. So we will go back to you, mate.
So after Carl failed to climb into the RV, Patrick is going to start clearing the path of some of these walkers. Now, I'm not going to run him in because that will draw in another walker, but I am going to sneak him in. It should put him within that walker's kill zone. So, let's waste his second action, but that is Patrick activated.
Okay, so Andrea is going to go next, and she is not going to move straight away because she's got the clinical fire ability, which basically means if she kills or knocks down an enemy with a ranged attack, she can immediately make a second shoot action if she's got any actions left. So if she moves, it'll be wasting one. She has got a white and a red die for her shooting, and because she's got a compound bow, which is an amazing weapon, she's also gains a red die, and she's going to try and shoot this walker here. So
Walker has a red for defense.
Defense. He rolls 2. Ooh, that's not too bad at all, is it? And Andrea, off camera, rolls 1. So she is unsuccessful in that shooting action. In that case, yeah, the walker's just like, ha, an arrow, what is that? So seeing as she's not going to get that second bonus shoot, she is just going to move just to that position there. And back to you.
Okay, so I'm going to activate Michonne now. I'm just going to, again, sneak her up to about here, just to give Patrick a little bit of support should he need it. Second action is going to be wasted. She's more prone for combat rather than moving around. So, over to you, mate.
Pretty straightforward one for me. Rick is simply going to move just to this position here, keeping Carl within his kill zone so he gets the bonuses, and then baiting that walker to come over in the combat.
So, final activation for me. Negan is going to do what Negan does best and run his way up the field to draw in that walker that's just out there on the edge by the car to probably delete it.
Yeah, basically just going to introduce it to Lucille. So you're going to move on up?
Yep, so he's going to go up for one action.
Which is a run.
Which is a run, which creates noise. So nearest walker, which
is that lady there?
This one here, will shamble right into base contact with Negan.
Right towards her own second death.
Yep.
Bad times. And he is in this walker's range as well. So basically we're expecting Negan to do a fair bit of pain.
Yeah.
Right, we'll go and see what little lady Amy can do. So Amy's last to go. She doesn't really need to do much. She just needs to stay within kind of the buffing zones of Rick and Andrea. So basically she's going to snuggle up to Big Sis just there, keeping her happy. Which will lead us to the event phase. So I'm going to.
Before you draw the cards, we've got to check the kill zones.
We have got to do the kill zones. So we've got one walker. Johnny Rotten is going to have a swing at Rick.
And I think Negan is going to be joined over here by this one.
So Negan's got 2 walkers next to him.
Yeah, and Patrick is also going to be getting comfortable with this gentleman here.
So we have got...
Patrick will introduce him to Lucy.
Lucy and Lucille are both going to be in action. So I'll draw an event card. It is won't stay down. Now that is for prone walkers. We haven't got any that are prone at the moment, so all it'll do is bump up our threat level to 2. But because there is also combat, we will go up to
3
threat level 3.
The melee phase, yeah. So we're still within all quiet.
And we'll go to those fighty fights now.
Okay, so as I've got the initiative, I've decided Patrick's going to go first, then Rick, and then save the best till last, really.
So Fat Man Walker's going to have a shot at him.
Yeah, so I've got white and red for Patrick's melee, and a extra red for his baseball bat.
For Lucy, call her by her name.
Lucy.
So Walker's going to roll 1.
And I get to re-roll the white dice, because my red dice, because my bruiser. So I win and just push it away.
Push me away and also knock me prone.
Yeah. It's also got the muscle special rule, but it doesn't really affect it at this point. Yeah.
So we're going to see how Rick does against Johnny Rotten. Right, Rick is going to face down Johnny Rotten. He's got a red dice for his melee. He gains another red dice because Carl's within his kill zone. And he's got a white dice for his hatchet. So he's going to have a swing at Johnny Rotten.
White dice for melee?
Yeah, sorry, white dice for melee. So 2 white and red versus your single red. So Johnny Rotten scores a single hit. And
this is Tom rolling dice, ladies and gentlemen.
Boom, in your face. That is a successful 2 hits. So again, push back and he will knock Mr. Rotten prone. Right, let's go to the big man. He'll show us how to kill these walkers.
So the big man is taking his first swing on TNG Productions.
He's going to try and take them both off in one hit, one big swing.
Let's hope he doesn't disappoint. So I've got a bucket of dice, and with 2 walkers being in, you've got 3. So you want to roll first?
Let's see how they do. The 3 walkers, that's a bit of a cocked dice, doesn't matter. 2 and a bite, good sir. I'm pretty certain Negan will not care about that.
Okay. Well, let's see. So Negan's got a red and blue for his melee basic, 2 extra whites for lovely Lucille.
It's just death in card.
And then if we roll any headshots, get to immediately add a white dice to the roll. So let's see how we do.
Oh, he beats it.
I beat it. No headshots, unfortunately. That's a bit disappointing. Oh no, that's just a mark on the dice.
He was hoping for a headshot. So that's a push away.
Push away, yeah. And 2 prone walkers knocked down.
Dun, 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 dun. The bite doesn't carry over, does it? Because
I don't believe it does because I won. But we will double check off camera.
And then we will go over to the second turn.
The end phase, we're going to check to see what these prone walkers get back up.
That's a good point. Should we test these 2 here immediately?
Yeah, may as well.
This one does stand up.
Yay.
That one stands up.
Yay.
The one that Patrick smashed in the face does not stand up. And Johnny Rotten must stand up. Surely, yes, Johnny Rotten had enough of Rick and his gaming.
He's like, what are you playing at?
What are you on about? I'm a rock star. So yeah, we'll go on to the next activations. So we just checked, no damage done to Negan's, therefore the bite does not go through. Otherwise that would be a funny kind of death of attrition.
Be disappointing.
Anyway,
big Negan up for so long and he's...
Speaking of funny fails though, Carl is going to attempt to scramble up the RV for a second time. So black dice, that's cocked on Johnny Rotten, I'm having my reroll. Oh, he's failed again.
God damn it, Carl.
God damn it, Carl. So Carl
it's going to get old pretty quick.
It is going to. I think Rick's going to have to give him a boost in a second.
Get off the damn RV.
Get off the RV and actually start helping, you idiot. But yeah, anyway, you tried, Carl. You tried.
Okay, so my first activation is going to be Sandra. Now, she's in base contact with this objective here, so I am going to collect that and check to see what supplies we've got.
Be a lurker. Be a lurker.
Oh, it was bandages, so I'm going to throw them into one of the slots on her pack, not a backpack, and then I will just simply sneak Sandra with her second action over to this objective here.
Oh.
Yes. So the veteran runner
bouncing between. I like how Carl can't even climb an RV and Sandra's just collecting the ones on the floor like an actual, sane human being.
Yeah, like a normal person.
Never mind.
God damn it, Carl. Over to you then, buddy.
Right, so snapshot machine, Andrea is going to try and deliver some arrowy pain yet again. So she is going to attempt to hit Johnny Rotten because she wants to keep him down on the ground ideally. So you've got 1 red die for defense, mate.
I do.
Johnny Rotten rolls a 1. Andrea is going to roll cock die everywhere on here, and again 2. She successfully pings him and knocks him prone.
Yeah, it won't knock him. Won't knock him back.
No, just knock him prone.
Yep.
So get a marker there, and she can again make use of a second action. So she's going to have a shot at this guy. So do you want to roll his defense, mate?
In the path.
Basically, yeah. So he rolls a 1. And Andrea, gets that headshot.
She's been looking for.
Murderizes him. However, she will now need to make a ammo check roll. Luckily, the bow is reliable, so it should be okay. And it is. She's absolutely fine. So she's just absolutely murderized that walker with a Lara Croft arrow to the face. And then she's allowed kind of, you know, Amy to progress in a bit of peace in her gory, gross clothing. So back to you.
Right, so I've got Patrick activating now. I'm just going to sneak him to here in base contact, just a little short of his 4 inches, to collect, get my arm out of the way, just to collect that objective there. So let's see what I've drawn. And it's more bandages. Yay.
Can't have enough bandages for that combat squad.
No, cannot have enough bandages. So that comes off the field. And it is now over to you.
Pretty straightforward one for me. Rick is going to end the tyrannical reign of Johnny Rotten and walk into base contact. And presuming he can beat him up in the melee phase, then we will be all good. So back to you.
So Michonne's going to activate for me now, and she's going to take a leaf out of Rick's book, and we're just going to move her into contact with this prone walker here.
Just get the katana warmed up.
Well, yeah, it's with the idea to do a follow-up attack once that walker moves into Patrick.
Hey,
shall see.
Tactical play here at Tabletop and Gaming.
Oh yes.
Well, for now. Okay, so Amy is just going to sneak up to this position here, just so she can go for the objective. Next turn, she's staying within 6 inches of Rick to benefit from his police jacket, and she's quite protected because her gory clothing's mass scent should keep all of the nasty walkers at bay.
Okay, so Negan is the final activation. Then we're going to jump into the event phase. So I'm just going to move him to there, and then we'll check to see. That's going to end his activation, then we'll check to see the kill zones of the other walkers.
So this one comfortably can reach into Negan.
Yep.
We've got the one at the back, which will snuggle into Patrick.
Yes, we have.
And we are...
Everyone else is safe.
Yeah, we've got combat there, combat here, and combat here. So that will knock us into low threat.
Yep.
And then
no, that's in the melee phase, so we're still in all quiet at the present moment.
So event phase?
Event, let's see what we've got. Anything good? Oh, Feeding Frenzy.
Is that the one where they bite people, basically?
Yep, so on a black die for each survivor engaged in melee with 1 or more walkers. On a shield, the model loses 1 health point. If there are no models in the melee, add 1 to the threat level.
So we're all for Negan.
Yep.
He's fine.
Yay.
Michonne
No.
bites her ankles.
Yep.
Patrick gets a bite in the back of the neck, and Rick gets a bite as well. Gets a little nibble. So they all take a point of damage apart from Negan. Sad times.
Why don't we, bro? It's Negan that you want to take the damage.
But we get no increase to the threat tracker, so we just get the 1 for the melee.
Yep, and then it's your initiative.
My initiative, so I'll go first with Rick, and then we'll work our way through. So Rick's going to go first and see if he can finish off Johnny Rotten. You get to make a defensive roll when you are prone, so just 1 red die.
Dice.
Rolls nothing. So Rick with 2 whites.
Any bit of damage.
Any bit of damage will kill him. Oh, and that is a coup de grace. Splits his mohawk in half with the murder there. So we will go over to the side and see how those combats resolve.
So I'm going to resolve Michonne's melee first. She is pretty nasty. She's got 2 blue dice for her melee.
I'll do the weak walker's feeble attempt on the floor. He managed to stick his leg out for 1.
Okay, and then Michonne cuts him into pieces.
Just absolutely ribbons him.
Dice is a little bit shiny on camera there, but as you can see, you got a headshot anyway. Due to a follow-up attack, she gets to jump into base contact with another standing enemy within her kill zone. So this walker should, and he is, most definitely within her kill zone, so she's just going to jump into there, and she gets to take a swing at him.
Are you going to add all your dice together with Patrick as well versus this one walker to two sides?
Yeah,
the walker is just going to... Oh, look at that! 2 dice, 2 hits.
Okay, so Michonne gets a 2 red dice, Patrick gets a white and red, and an extra red, and he can re-roll.
Just all of the dice, basically roll more than 2.
Re-roll that one, so the walker might have survived.
Yeah, no, we got the
Patrick's
headshot.
re-roll has finished off the
I like how Michonne comes in with the katana, cuts loads of little dicey bits in, and Patrick's just like, boop!
Lucy.
So that's that walker gone. And we'll go over to Negan.
Okay, so Negan, you've got 3 red dice for the 2 walkers.
Come on, walkers, do some... Oh, okay. Never mind. 1 hit.
Not looking good. All hits, 2 headshots.
So the walkers we need some walkers to come in next turn, I think. They're getting decimated.
Yep.
It's going to be a survivor showdown as we go into the next round.
And my initiative.
No prone walkers, no nothing. So we will go over to your first activation, mate.
Yeah, all the walkers are dead. So my first activation is going to be Sandra. Going to search, first of all, the objective she's on, and again, I don't believe it.
What is it?
More bandages!
Yes, bandages for days.
I'm going to put them in her pack.
So at the end of it, you can just basically mummify one of your guys if they get bitten.
Yeah, basically. And Sandra is the only one that hasn't taken any damage.
Is she going to move or anything? Now she's taken this supply crate away.
Yeah, she's gonna move. Just a conscious Andrew's got a bow, which is probably in range of Sandra, so I'm just gonna shimmy it just behind.
The bow's 20 inches. The bow's in range of everything.
Yeah, it's just getting a line of sight, so force you to move. So we'll keep Sandra just out of the range of that walker's kill zone, probably, and out of Andrew's direct line of sight. And then over to you, mate.
Right then, Andrea is going to go next almost on cue. She's going to mosey on. Actually, no, she's going to stand there. She's comfortably within 20-inch range, right into the corner. Can't even get them in shot of Michonne and Patrick. So she is going to ping a shot at Michonne. She's got direct line of sight with her bow. She's tested the wind direction. She is good to go. So Michonne has got 2 red dice on her defense, mate. So do you want to just roll on that? And Michonne rolls 2. Andrea is going to then have a go. She rolls 3, which is a point of damage to Michonne.
Yes.
And then what I'm going to do is basically potentially tempted to shoot again. Can I shoot twice in a row?
No.
No? So...
Unless you...
No, because the clinical fire hasn't gone off. She hasn't knocked anyone down. So what Andrea will do is quite simply make a move just towards the RV position there.
Okay, so it's my activation now. Patrick is going to do a swap item action and give his bandages to Michonne. And then he is going to sneak up.
Surprise attack.
Surprise attack. And Lucy that walker from behind.
Right, come on, Carl. I have faith. You can do this.
No, you can't.
No, you can't. You.
I think he's fell over that many times. He should start.
He's just gonna walk away. I think at this point. But never mind. You just the worst. Just the worst.
Okay, so it's Michonne's activation. I'm going to discard the bandages first of all that Patrick gave her to put her health back up to 5. I'm then going to use the second action to run just next to Patrick, which will create noise and will draw in this walker here. So we will bump into combat with both of us.
So Rick up next. Rick is simply going to just move just here, and he's going to have a shot at this crowd with the intended target being Michonne. So he's got a 50-50 die to see if he is successful. Otherwise, Paul will get to choose who the target is. It is a failed sharp shot. So would you like it to hit Patrick or the walker?
I think it will hit the walker.
Okay, so Rick has got 2 blue die for his, and the walker has got a red die for defense.
Yes. So
Walker rolls 1.
Sorry, off camera.
And Rick successfully shoots it, which will knock it prone, but will not get any kill off. That will cause mayhem, which will knock the threat up to 5, and will draw in a whole host of shambling walkers. So
should we just check the range?
10-inch range is going to get the attention of these over that side.
Pretty much
every walker in the vicinity is going to suddenly take a sharp interest. So we will move them all across.
Oh, this isn't looking good.
That'll bash into here. So we've got some that's going on off camera, but we will show you a shot of the drama in a second.
Bump into there. Oh, this one's going to get Amy.
She's fine because it won't get to her because of her gory clothing. You'll have to stop an inch short. That's the tactical to play. But basically it's brought all this massive giant wall of walkers to play. And Michonne gets off scot-free. But never mind, back to you.
So it looks like all the fun's going on over there. So I think
it's a zombie house party over here.
Yeah, Negan needs to get stuck in. He's a little bit...
Party at the RV.
On his lonesome. Yeah. Thanks to Rick shooting that gun. So... thing is, only having 2 actions, and we've got to get stuck in.
Negan only gets 2 actions, otherwise he'd kill everything on the board.
Yeah. He's going to run into that walker there, which will put him into combat there.
And create a bit of noise to yank
that one over here.
This lady just across to there.
Yeah, so he's once again ending his turn engaged by 2.
But it does mean that Amy can't get that supply crate now because there's a walker in contact with it. So she's going to have to reevaluate her life a little bit.
Yep.
Back to her then.
Amy, final activation.
Now, unfortunately, because big scary man Negan is nearby, Amy is unable to get hold of that supply crate because there's a walker in contact. So she's quite simply just going to shuffle back in the snug safety of Rick and Andrea's kind of auras, because that threat tracker might push its way towards medium soon. So she's going to need the buffs that come from Big Sis and Police Jacket Man. So we are onto the event phase. So we will cut back to that in a second. So as you can see, this walker is obviously going to walk straight into Rick because he is within its kill zone. We have got no more that are potential anywhere near. So the event card then, mate, what have we got?
We've got Won't Stay Down for the second time, the second one on the deck.
Won't Stay Down, so that means we've got 1 prone walker, so it will actually not knock the threat tracker straight up. Do you want to roll for the one that's with Sandra and Patrick?
Yeah.
It does stand back up. He's having a happy day, so he's now engaging those 2, which will allow Michonne's kind of teleporty tactics to potentially bounce in.
Yeah, there's no one in range, so it's probably just kill him.
We'll add 1 to the threat because we've got melee, which means we are up to 6 on the threat tracker, so it's starting to escalate ever so slightly. And you've got your activation order, mate, so we will see which combat we go to first. This poor walker, he's been shot in the back of the head, and now he's going to get sliced and smushed.
Well, he hasn't been shot in the back of the head. You'd have killed him.
Well, he's been shot in the shoulder. It knocked him down.
Okay, so we got Patrick and Michonne starting things off in this round of melee. We got Michonne with all the blue dice in the world.
Don't forget the walker with his 1 dice of destiny.
Yep.
Rolls 2 hits, it's the best he probably could have done.
I need another blue dice because I'm colourblind and picked up the white one.
There you go, all of the pain.
Is this the right amount of dice? Just let me double check.
Just roll a headshot, you'd be fine. Oh, he places all the headshots. It's very much dead. No matter what would happen there, he's very much murdered.
Yeah, I like Michonne. I think she's better than Negan.
Michonne's quite nice. This combat combo is a bit scary compared to my shooters.
That's Patrick and Lucy. Lucy's done the damage again.
Always. She's just bludgeoning her way through. So we'll go to Rick and his little solo one-on-one combat with this walker over here. So Rick is going to take on this walker here. He has got 2 white dice, 1 for his melee and 1 for his hatchet. But Carl is not within his kill zone, so that won't add anything. So you've got your defense roll for the walker, mate.
Just the 1 red.
Rolls nothing. Come on, Rick. Show us how it's done. Show your son how to roll dice. Right, that's 2, which is enough to shove it away and knock it prone. So we will just go to this combat over here, and we'll see how Negan does next.
Okay, so Negan with all the dice in the world.
So we've got 3 walkers, 3 walker dice. They managed to roll 3 hits, that's not too bad.
Let's see how we get on. I've rolled a lot. I get to add an additional white dice because I've rolled a headshot.
So one's definitely dead.
Yep.
And the other one is just pushed away. Who would you like to be murderized?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Should we take the lady away?
Yeah, go on.
And this one did lose combat, pushed away.
That's not prone.
Not prone. So that's the end of the combat. Shall we see if they stand up?
Yeah.
Test this little walker here. He does not. And we'll test this little lady here. She does not. They stay comfortably on their backsides. And it is over to me for initiative for the third turn. Right, do you know what? Carl might be completely useless, but I have faith that Andrea can actually climb on top of this RV.
No, we're taking the risk.
So she's going to attempt to climb up. She's got a lucky charm though, so if I mess this up, I can re-roll. So I will have to re-roll. What is up with this RV? What is up with it? Why can no one climb? Oh, what?
You don't have any runners either, do you?
No,
just,
so
skip over
she is just going to have to, like, I don't know, try and fire an arrow at something. She's going to try and shoot up this way, and I will realign the shot in a second, and we will come back to it. Right, so we're going to have a pop at Michonne again, just see if we can put another arrow in her face. Michonne has got 2 red dice for her defense mate.
Yeah, and I roll a 1.
1 hits. So, Andrea then rolls 4 with a headshot, so that goes up to 5. So that's 4 points of damage to Michonne, which is knocking her down to 1 health. She is not feeling particularly healthy. Because I got a headshot though, I'm going to have to check for my ammunition. Oh, now I can roll it, and she's absolutely fine. So, not a bad arrow straight to Michonne's kind of like, you know, chest or something.
Yeah, it was. It was terrible.
So basically what Andrew just did, she went, get out of the way, you stupid child. I'll show you how to climb on the RV. Tried to get a grip on it, fell, and then just, while she was falling, pinged an arrow in Michonne's face.
Pretty much, yeah.
Do you think the RV's got that kind of like anti-theft paint on it? You know, the slippy
Is it vandal grease?
Yeah. Never mind, we'll go back to the other side.
Okay, so I'm going to activate Negan, and as you can see, I have painstakingly measured out a little running route for Negan, just to take advantage of the mayhem rule. So I'm going to run him. 8 inches, yeah. So just going to get him to about here. Just getting rid of all them. And then I have armed him with a revolver. So I've got a line of sight on Rick. I'm going to shoot Rick in the back of the head.
Okay, Rick's got a white dice for defense.
Yeah.
She rolls 2, goes up to 3.
I've got a white dice for shoot and a red for the handgun. Oh.
So Rick is all good.
Rick is all good.
But it does create noise and mayhem. So the threat tracker will go up to 7. And all of the walkers basically on the board are going to make a shamble move in. So this walker will loop around, but he will have to stop an inch short of poor Amy because she's got her gory clothing. This walker will move straight around towards the noise. This walker will move straight around to here. And this walker at the back, heading towards the noise, will probably move. You can't get this way because the board, so would you like him to go the other way around?
Yeah, he'll have to, won't he, if he can't get round?
Basically give him a little bit of extra move because the board's in the way. We'll shuffle him that way.
Yes.
So it's a zombie house party very much at this stage.
And took an activation away from...
Yeah, Rick is in base contact with the walker, so that is not great for him. So, see what we do next. So Carl's just watched his dad get completely swamped with walkers and also have a bullet, you know, aimed at the back of his head. And you think his priority there would be to, like, you know, maybe help out, but he's really concerned about this RV and getting on top of it. So he's gonna try and roll. He's also seen Negan's bat and he's like, screw that. So, oh, for God's sake.
I'd love to say to all the people watching this that we are fudging this roll on purpose at this point. It's starting to get a little bit sad.
Do you know what? Carl's had enough of this. Carl's so angry with teen angst, he's going to shoot Negan in the face. So...
Create more mayhem.
Yeah, he gets a white dice and a red die for shooting. Negan's got 2 white on the defence, so well, there is 2. And then Carl... Oh, in your face,
the
Negan.
Damage in the world.
It's like up to 6, is it then?
Yes, yeah. It's down to 4.
And a headshot, so it's just beautiful there. So that knocks Negan down to 4 health because he takes 6 damage.
Yeah,
he takes 4 damage. So Carl, in all of his anger at not being able to climb, has just gone, screw this. Again, it will knock the threat tracker up, so it goes up to 8, and it will cause some mayhem in
Guess
terms of the walker.
Sealed next turn.
So this walker is going to move into contact, but he'll have to stop short of Amy. It'll bring the noise this way, so this walker is actually going to walk round into Andrea. And the gentleman that's just off screen up here
will just shamble.
Will basically shamble just under the RV. So Carl was not impressed with the way that went, and we will go back to your go, mate.
Okay, so Sandra is going to be my activation after seeing poor old Negan getting shot by the...
That's just let Paul dumbstruck the fact that
it just shows how powerful guns are in this game.
It's just the comedy of Carl not being able to jump, but he can operate a handgun fine.
Yeah, that's no problem, isn't it? He's 8 and he's just shot an adult. Can't believe it. Anyway, Sandra is going to spend the first action to run. And then I was going to...
We'll just bring this walker into that base.
I was then going to spend the second action to run again, but I've just remembered that item is there, so I'm going to search that. And I've got... Oh, would you believe it?
Is it bandages again?
Nope, it's a booby trap.
Yay! So it's a blast, is it?
This one sucks, yeah. So kill zone, we'll just flip it over.
So what does it say?
Blast searching model suffers a ranged attack with a white-red and the blast keyword. So white-red, just double check the rule for the blast.
So a blast is when performing a ranged attack with this weapon, target a point in the game gear within range rather than the model. If you score any headshots on the attacker's hit and the kill zone stays exactly where you placed it. If not, roll any, but because it's centered on her, it will just go off. Basically, any model, friend or foe, even partially touched by the template, is hit with the ranged attack. Every model must roll its defense separately, comparing it to the attack or roll. Noise or mayhem is calculated from the center, and this does cause mayhem, which will knock it up to 8, and we'll come on to the movement in a second once the blast. So Sandra's defense.
Sandra's defense is a red-white.
So you can roll that, mate, and then I will roll the damage.
Yeah, so a 2, and she get red-white for the damage.
And 1.
So she's okay.
And then this walker here is damaged.
Red-white for the damage, isn't it?
And that one there.
That walker's...
Well, the damage stays the same.
Oh, damage stays.
And that walker is... Okay. In terms of the mayhem, it does draw in all walkers within 10, which is the only one that is free, is this walker who will move around her. And this walker up here will shamble just into view. So, bad find there for poor Sandra.
But it has tipped the balance of the objectives, so...
Yeah, so we'll go to Amy next. So we're now up into the medium threat level, but luckily Amy, because she is within Andrea's kill zone and is within 6 inches of Rick, she's relatively comfortable and not freaking out because she's only a low threat character. She can't do too much, so she's going to attempt to lower the threat by holding her nerve, which she succeeds in doing, so that will knock it back down to 8 into the low threat realm, and then she is going to move just in to base contact here.
Okay, so first activation is going to be Patrick. I'm going to sneak him up to here, and I'm going to search this objective. Hopefully it's not another booby trap. It is a metal pipe.
Hey, so more bludgeony weapons.
More bludgeony weapons, yes. So I am going to equip that. So that's quite useful. I like that.
And then you've got Michonne.
Michonne, I have. Michonne is not looking very healthy at the moment, thanks to Andrea's bow, but hopefully there's going to be a bit of combat that keeps her tied up. So I'm going to run Michonne. That's a shamble. Run Michonne to here, which will bring in this walker here.
Okay.
And that is the end of the activation phase.
Yeah, so we're on to the end phase, event phase, sorry. We have got the Hunger, which adds +1 to the threat tracker, which knocks it up to 8. And we would be rolling 2 blue dice to move eligible walkers to the nearest survivor, but I believe every walker is either in combat or on its backside.
Yes.
So we're just on that +1, and then we've got melee on top of that. Kill zones are all engaged, apart from the prone walkers. That will knock us up to threat level 10. It's starting to rocket.
Yep.
And because I've got initiative, we will go to my combat first. So the combat split off with Rick versus a walker and Andrea versus a walker. So we will go with Rick first. So do you want to roll your defense there, mate?
Yep. I've got 2.
2, and Rick has got 2 white dice, and he has not got Carl within his melee zone. Rick rolls 4.
Rick's doing quite well.
Succeeds in pushing that walker away and knocking it prone.
Yep.
Andrea next. Do you want to roll the defense for that walker, mate?
Yes. That again is 1.
1. Andrea has got 1 for her melee, but she gains a red dice for her defense if she's got Amy nearby, but that's nothing to worry about. So she's going to roll 1 for her melee, but she's also got hatchet equipped, so she's got 2 white die. And that is 3. So she will also push a walker away and knock it on its bum. And we'll go over to your combat.
Okay, so I've got Michonne. She has a trusty katana.
The walker has rolled a 1.
And I've rolled a
4.
So that walker is knocked on his bum. Michonne has 1 melee.
We've got so many prone walkers.
Yep. So she may jump into someone within her kill zone, which is Rick.
Okay.
Resolve another attack on Rick.
So
Rick gets to roll a defense, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so we couldn't find the specific rule for whether Rick can make another attack. I'm not too bothered if he can or not.
So
just
50-50.
black dice it.
He cannot, he's defending.
Okay, so Rick's got his defense. Michonne's got 2 red for her attack.
Oh dear.
All the damage in the world. I also have sharp, so black dice. And it's an extra point of damage to Rick.
Well, that rules query has murdered Rick.
Oh really? Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, he lost a point of health before, didn't he?
So he's dead. Sad face.
Michonne was so friendly to him in the comics. But in this world, she's got Negan on her side.
He's dead and he's replaced with a prone walker, isn't he? So let me find a suitably coated, dead, angry walker. Actually, we'll just say she's chopped him in half. There we go. Prone walker to replace him. God damn it, Michonne. God damn it.
Okay, so Sandra is the final combat, and she's going up against Ronnie Renton Walker. 1 red dice for melee, and she's actually got no combat weapons.
Right, so the walker rolls nothing though.
Sandra rolls nothing.
So it is a tie, so it means just the walker is just pushed away.
Yes, and now all
of these prone walkers need to be tested.
Walkers, so
see if this one, he's on his bum, that one, on his bum, that one. Look how bad I am at rolling black dice. Dead half Rick does get up.
Yay.
And then we've got 2 just on the right hand side who, one of them, this lady, gets up. So we've got a lot of prone walkers going into the 4th turn. Paul's got the first activation, and with Rick's death I think this is probably going to be the end, so we will see how we get on next.
Okay, so my first activation, I'm going to get Carl back for shooting me. I'm just simply going to move Negan into combat with him.
Which takes away another activation of mine.
Yep, and still be sculling.
Sad times. So, see what Andrea can do. So all looks a little bit lost here for our poor motley crew. So Andrea is simply going to turn with her bow and try and ping Michonne in the face in revenge for cutting Rick in half. So you have got
2 white dice for defense.
2 red dice for your defense.
2 red dice for defense.
And I have got a white and 2 red for mine. So do you want to roll your defense, mate? Got a bit of space there. That is 2 cocked dice, or 1, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I call that 1. The other one blank, wasn't it?
Yeah, so a 1. And basically Andrea needs more than 1 here. Yeah, Michonne is very, very, very dead.
Yeah. Arrow to the knee.
So I'll check for my ammo before I see if I can do my second one. She's absolutely fine.
Lucky with them ammo rolls.
I am doing alright with those ammo rolls, aren't I? And she's actually going to thread the needle and ping Patrick in the face then through this gap. So I'm just going to tilt the camera ever so slightly down just so you can see, audience. There you go. She's going to thread this gap through here. So Patrick's defense.
Patrick's defense is again 2 red dice.
2 red dice, so you've got space here. He rolls 2. And Andrea rolls 4. So that will take 2 health off him.
Puts me down to 1.
And again, I'll have to check my ammunition because I rolled a headshot. And she's absolutely fine.
All the ammo in the world.
So that's her 2 actions for her ping ping Lara Croft death.
Okay, so Sandra's activation, she just saw Michonne get an arrow through the head and Patrick get one. So she is going to spend the first action to sneak. And then obviously she got the quick special rule, so she's going to spend her second action to run away. That will create noise, and at this point I don't think there is anyone in range of her. Nope, no walkers in range actually. Shambly walker over there might be. Is that Ronnie? He is, yeah. So he will come towards it. And then you have Amy left, if I'm not mistaken, mate.
I do, last one to go. Pretty straightforward one for me. Amy is just simply going to move just outside of base contact with Negan, just so we can't squeeze into Andrea next turn. And we'll go back to Patrick.
So last activation for me, Patrick is going to run across to here, which will bring in this walker here, and
on to the event.
Yeah.
The event phase is Frayed Nerves. So as the player with initiative pool, you get to pick one model with low or medium nerve. Amy. That model causes mayhem, so the threat tracker goes up to 11. Amy just screams. This walker will walk into Andrea, and this one will stop short at Amy.
Yes.
However, actually it's 50-50 because we're in medium.
50-50, we're in medium.
It does not stop short, so that one will go into poor little Ames, who has not even got a melee roll. She's just got a defense roll.
I think she gets a red dice. We'll double check.
No, she hasn't got anything. She has to defend.
Oh, she's just got to defend.
So any other combats that need to be resolved, all these walkers on the back sides. You've got initiative, so we'll start with yours, and we'll cut back in a second. Lucy, the zombie killer, is going to go for round 3, is it? The third walker he's going for?
This could be the third one, yeah.
Ronnie Zombie rolls nothing. That bodes well. Oh, you get to re-roll a red, though.
Get to re-roll a red, I do indeed.
It's another murdered walker.
To take out Patrick and Lucy.
Patrick and Lucy, we need to like remodel his bat now. Did we say fairy lights when we were at Mantic instead of like barbed wire?
So we'll explain after the in our post match about Lucy if we haven't mentioned it before.
We'll go to the triple combat on the other side of the board now. So we're going to break off into this triple combat here. We're going to go with Andrea to begin with. She is facing off against this walker. Andrea's got hatchet and she's got white dice for melee. So you've got one for your defense, and Andrea rolls 3, so she is successful, pushing the walker away and knocking her prone. On to Amy, who can only defend with her 1 red die. Walker rolls 1, Amy rolls 2, so she is also successful and pushes the walker away. And then the main event at the bottom here, Negan and Carl. Poor Carl has only got 1 red die for melee, and he manages to roll 1 with it. Batter up. Negan has rolled 5.
And a headshot.
And a headshot.
Another white dice. Oh.
5 is Carl's full health, but we can rely on his lucky hat.
Can you rely on
So
that?
I need to roll a 50-50 die with Carl, which I've not been able to do all game. And if it is a shield, Carl is actually okay.
I'd be disappointed if it's a shield now.
No! Carl shrugs off the damage as if nothing is an issue and will push Negan away. They'll push each other away. Carl's on 1 health. So something quite funny just happened off camera because first of all, Carl's hat is not 1 use only. I can multiple use that, so good luck, Negan. And Andrea... Sorry, I had to roll 5 black die to do the prone walkers. And failed with 4, and only 1 walker stood up, which is the one that's just underneath the canopy here. So what I'm actually going to do to rob Negan of his activation is Carl is actually going to fire his gun potentially into Negan. He's quite tempted to do that. So actually, it's whether to shoot him or just engage him in combat, because I love the idea of Negan completely overkilling Carl and Carl just ignoring it every time with his hat. which is quite funny. And then I was tempted whether to actually go with Andrea and try and like bow shot Negan multiple times, but the threat level is getting quite high. So Carl's going to see if he can climb the RV.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He does not. He fails with that action, and he is then going to shoot Negan clean in the face.
Okay.
So it is a white dice and a red die versus your defence. What's your defence?
2 white dice.
Just there, mate. 2 with the headshot going up to 3. And 1.
Shrugs it off.
So shrugs it off. That will knock the threat tracker up to 13 though, and cause mayhem. So we're going for Walker.
Engage
just
Andrea.
under here. Well, actually his base will fit through, so he's going to shuffle.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, it's probably to engage Negan, but we'll roll a 50-50 and see. So if it's a star, it engages Andrea. If it's
shamble just into the RV because you've got to go directly towards Carl.
Yeah, so he will basically
engage either. Actually.
He's just going to smack himself into that. Just took the RV flying. All these walkers are prone. This walker will shuffle into Amy.
50-50.
50-50 because we're on medium. It
does.
does shuffle into Amy. So you tried Carl, you had an attempt, but Amy has just been nudged into base with Negan, which she should not be. She's just there.
It's getting very close and personal over this side of the board.
The threat tracker's almost in high, so we're getting close to the end as well.
Yeah, very close to the end. Amy's engaged, Andrea is still free, and Carl is activated. So my first activation is going to be Negan. I've got a handgun. So I'm going to shoot Carl.
You shoot at Carl?
I'm going to shoot at Carl. You roll your defence.
Carl has got 1 red for his defence. Yeah, he's fine.
So he's
he doesn't actually care.
Does create mayhem, pushing into the high threat level.
This walker, I've knocked this a million times, but we did say there was a gap.
Yeah, so he's going to shamble and touch Andrea, unfortunately,
just
engaging it. And then my second activation is going to be Negan engaging Carl.
You're going to try and finish him off. That's all of my activations done, so we'll go to Sandra and Patrick, because I can't do anything because I'm all tied up in combat.
Okay, so my activation, I'm going to activate Sandra and Patrick together. I'm going to run Sandra, first of all, to about here. And then I'm going to give Patrick a set of bandages because he needs the health points. And then Patrick's activation, just going to pop him over this side here and then use those bandages that Sandra's given him to heal a point of health.
Which knocks him on to 2.
Puts him back to 2.
So we'll go to the event phase. The event card is the Herd.
God.
And because we are on high threat, all prone walkers stand up.
Yay!
And the player with initiative may move a walker in the direction of their choice. So I'm going to move a walker to there. And all walkers within 8 inches converge on that spot. So essentially, that bash into there. We've got quite a lot of walkers who are now heading towards Patrick and friends.
Yay.
Because we've got combat, we go up again. We are on 15. You didn't actually roll your your panic checks for Patrick and Sandra.
Didn't.
But it's not going to make the hill of beans, really. We're not too bothered. So we will go to combat and we'll be back in a second. So we're going to start with Patrick, and he's actually had these 3 walkers now converge on him, so it's just as well he had that set of bandages.
It is, yep.
So the walkers have got 6 dice available for their attack, and they roll quite a lot. So
I don't think I can beat that.
5 with a bite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with a bite. Sorry.
6 with a bite. Right, I will need to roll really well.
You can re-roll a red.
I can re-roll.
I don't think he's going to get 5 on it.
Make a difference. No.
He's
dead.
Deaded and replaced with a prone walker.
Okay, he is indeed.
Because he wasn't headshotted, so Zombie Patrick joins the fray. So we'll go on to the triple threat combat here. We're going to start with Andrea, who has been pulled into melee with 2 walkers. So they've got 3 red dice that they are rolling to hit her.
So let's see how we get on with that.
They're all 3 with a bite.
And a bite.
And Andrea has rolled 5 headshots. So she is going to headshot this one and knock this one back and prone. So that's not too bad an effort. Amy next. So you've got 1 red die for the walker, and she has got 1 red die for her defense. So the walker rolled nothing, just off camera, and Amy successfully rolls 1, so she pushes that one away and knocks it down somehow. And then the only bit that actually matters here, Carl versus Negan. I could fire my handgun in melee here.
I can fire my handgun,
but I think a straight up honourable punch up is far better.
Punch up.
So I'm going to roll my red dice, not that it really matters. Carl rolls nothing.
Negan kills him.
Will the lucky hat save?
Just because you get the roll extra dice. Yeah.
So 50-50 die for Carl.
Oh no!
That's
God damn it, Carl!
That is quite funny that Carl can't roll to climb the thing, but he's just taking this baseball.
He's fighting for his life, isn't he? Really?
Taking this baseball bat to the head. He's better than his dad was. So yeah, that
sucked.
We'll go on to the next turn. You have initiative here. I'd just give up with Carl if I were you. I think he's going to finish. He's going to do you in at this rate. We'll see if these walkers stand up. So this one here does stand up. This one here, Zombie Rick does not, and Zombie Patrick off screen does not either. And we will go over to you then, mate.
God damn it, Carl. So, same story as last time. I'm going to shoot Carl, and then I'm going to move in. So, handgun for Negan. 3 hits.
Carl rolls 1 on his defence. See if his lucky hat saves his life.
Oh my god!
Can't be killed.
Mayhem pushes the threat tracker up to 16.
Very near the end now.
Did we up the threat tracker for combat last time?
We did, I believe.
Okay. So
this
Mayhem,
gory that's prone, and are you going to move or anything?
Yes, I'm moving Negan into base with Carl.
No problem. So we will go to Amy straight away, seeing as she's here. Amy is quite simply going to shuffle her way around.
She's going to try and climb the RV?
She's not going to try and climb the RV. Going to shuffle her way around just under the RV canopy, and then we will go over to Sandra, who has literally got 4 walkers, breathing down her neck.
So Sandra is going to spend her first to sneak away, and then her second to
double sneak
away again, and then
we are on to the event phase.
The event phase, yeah.
So I will draw the card. You didn't see if you had freaked out actually. You need to roll panic die.
Yeah, panic dice.
Run. So you would have ran to the nearest board edge instead.
Yes.
So actually, she'd be that way, wouldn't she? She'd be heading towards that board. Anyway, event phase is the Walking Dead, which will end the game at the end of this turn because it's +2 to the threat tracker, and 2 blue dice worth of walkers enter play, and the same amount of walkers, so 5 walkers enter play, and they will each move towards the nearest survivor. So we will cut back in a second and show you what the board looks like.
Okay, so after the event card, 5 walkers have come on to play. Tom has got 1 engaging Negan. I know full well that wanted to kill Carl. That's my objective now. Distributed some further over, and Sandra's ended up engaged in combat. With 2 walkers. Just a note: we did move the car before when we were trying to get a camera shot.
So we've just put it back.
Put it back because we forgot about it.
So 3 red dice for the walkers. They
really eat Sandra.
They want her dead.
Yeah, there's nothing she can do. She is totally dead. Yeah.
So she's murdered. 4. Drops all of her supplies.
And
we get a walker.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
Have we got literally both sides have got no supplies?
Both sides have got no supplies.
Good
You might actually scrape a win out. You managed to kill 3.
Right, we'll go to.
I think a moral victory.
We'll go to Negan and we'll go to Andrea. Paul's disgusted at that death there off camera. We're going to go with Andrea, and she is fighting against a normal walker. So 2 blue dice against 1 red. Go for it, mate. That's 1 over there, and Andrea 2, so pushes it away and knocks it prone. And then the main event, Carl gets a red dice thanks to the help of the Walker. Now this would split, but we're just going to roll it with these two.
Negan.
So the Walker and Carl managed to roll 2 with a headshot, so 3. Negan has rolled off camera a gazillion dice, and because you rolled a headshot, you get another one.
2 extra white dice.
So you've got 2 headshots worth, so the Walker is definitely dead. Carl, though. I feel like we get a letter from Mantic Games going, please stop showing how broken this hat is, or we just clearly played it wrong. But will Carl survive? Will he have the last laugh as the game ends? He will. So, dear Walking Dead, Carl can't jump, but he can take multiple baseball bats hits to the face. He should be the one in Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. He wouldn't have cared.
Oh yeah, he'd be fine, wouldn't he? Yeah.
And that is the end of the game. Somehow, neither of us have got any supplies left. I, who have gained none all game, have got 3 survivors. Paul, you're down to...
I, who've actually got stuck in to try and win the game, have ended up with just Negan.
And we will go to the post-battle report chat. Yeah! I did nothing all game and still won.
Yeah.
I did not deserve in any way to win that.
Not at all.
In any way, shape or form.
I'm claiming moral victory.
How good is shooting in this game though?
Well, it's very good. It is. I don't know. I want to say it's overpowered.
You're
but
crestfallen
it's not.
at this, aren't you? At this stage, I think let's go with the simple facts. Negan stomped everything he touched.
Yes.
Michonne might have been even more potent.
Yes. Actually, not got
2 blue dice is death.
Yeah, definitely. I'm at the stage where I'm thinking Michonne could be better than Negan. The 2 blue dice
and bouncing between combats.
Yes, the 2 blue dice is just so powerful. That's what I was saying. I was trying to say shooting's overpowered, but it's really not.
Not with the mayhem and everything.
Well, not only with the mayhem, with the dice mechanic of the game. So it's not like you got to roll 2s, you got to roll 3s, you got to roll 4s. You got to roll a red dice that 3 of the sides haven't got anything on. You got to roll a white dice where 2 of the sides haven't got anything on.
Well, as soon as you took Rick off, I was losing my main shooting potency because I was gearing up in that 3rd turn to do a big shooting round and push it all up and then use Rick to bring it back down again. Because he's got armor piercing, it brings your 2 dice down to 1, so we could realistically do about 4 points of damage reliably. Yeah. But Michonne chopped him in half with ease. So that's good. Sandra got all the objectives, literally got screwed by an event card at the end. I think that's just the way the game goes, isn't it?
Yeah, well that's it. It's you've got to balance out between the objective of winning the game is getting the events, getting the supply cards. We sort of set that out, supply cards or kill each other, whatever it was. Sandra was able to pick up a load of supplies, Patrick was able to pick up a load of supplies, but as soon as an event card turned the tide on that situation, it was game over. And it was
bizarre that this game that we didn't actually have to deal with the event tracker, so the threat tracker much. Remember our first game at Mantic? Yeah. We were really scared of threat tracker because it ramped up very quickly.
I just kept shooting everything. Yeah.
But I didn't feel there was any pressure on us in this game. The event cards I feel we got a bit luckier with this time.
Yeah, definitely.
However, I feel like that's the biggest effect an event card had out the 2 games we've done in terms of just wiping out
it's just cost
3 sets of supplies or whatever.
It cost me the game, so that event card triggers, threat tracker hits, game over at the end of the turn. However, I've got a character with three pieces of equipment.
She's munched, she's gone.
And she's eaten, she's gone, and that's it. That event card, there was at no point in that game where I thought, right, I'm at a disadvantage here, and then the event card just screwed me over.
Andrea with a bow is very, very good. I think, you could give Rick a bow, but I think he's good with his handgun. But Andrea with a bow with her double shot capabilities,
yes, most definitely,
quite good. Can we appreciate that the rules need to be written for climbing on stuff? Because I feel that by turn 4, Carl will have sussed out a plan to get on. No, he's just used.
I just like to think he was too short. Yeah.
I love the fact that Andrew was like, "I'll show you how to do it." Okay, never mind. Just ping him arrow at Michonne instead.
Yeah, you had no luck climbing on that RV.
I had no luck. That's why I was just going for that 1 supply and I couldn't do it. Yeah. But I was hoping to get someone on top of the RV and then be very dangerous with shooting. Yeah, not really have to care about.
Yeah, having the line of sight.
Yeah. I think maybe in the future go with Andrew, use her lucky charm to get up there on the first turn.
Use the ladder.
Maybe to get up there. Bring a ladder. Can I just equip that? Is that going to be in the next equipment cards? Like bring a crane.
We can try and model a ladder onto the RV.
Just on the back. The Carl is perpetually now going to take a ladder everywhere he goes. But yeah, we did have a few rules queries that popped up, and obviously, like we said at the start, we decided with a quick 50-50 die. But if there's anything huge, like the lucky hat, I kept checking the card, and I was like, am I not playing this correctly? But
I thought it was once per
but it said each time.
Oh, once per game?
Yeah. So if not, then Carl should have been well dead, because Negan rolled so many headshots on him.
He's on life support. That hat had him on life support. I killed him.
What's in that hat though? That's the question. What is it? Is it just like concrete or just like lead-lined hat?
I don't know, but Lucille couldn't break through it.
Can't get through.
There's no way that lucky. How were you roll? How were you not clown on top of an hat?
50-50.
Rolling.
That's typical of my dice rolling.
Oh yeah. Totally.
But yeah, we hope you enjoyed this battle report. Yeah. If you want to see some more characters, have a look at Paul's survivor reports, and if there's someone you want to see, Lee and Clementine. In action that we want to see in terms of fighting on the battlefield, let us know. They're all painted up, or maybe Ezekiel and Shiva. I want the big tiger.
The tiger.
To come
we wanted to see what happens with the tiger on there.
Yeah, the tiger died in the practice match.
Yeah. We were learning how to use Shiva, and we misunderstood the rules, didn't we? So Shiva was bouncing.
She bounced across the entire battlefield, basically.
Yeah, and then bounced into Negan,
who had basically been winding up and just
took one swing at it, and that was it.
So we'll play that properly this time, and want Shiva. But yeah, if there's anyone you want us to play with, let us know. If you enjoyed this video, please do share it around, because Walking Dead is a growing game, and we would love for it to get a bit bigger, just so we can kind of A, get some exposure, and B, actually get some more people playing it on the channel, same way we do our other games.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, drop us a comment, give us a like, blah blah blah, subscribe, and we will catch you again soon.
Bye. Cheers guys, bye.